Hey guys, Lianka here, and today we're going to be ranking the Generation 4 additional evolutions. If someone asked me to name my least favourite generation, the first thing that would come to my mind would be Generation 4, as most of them seem like additions to old Pokemon. Although they still need to be created like all the rest, whenever I think of Generation 4, I just think of these as the majority of Pokemon in that generation and some of the elaborate ways that they need to be evolved. I think this about these Pokemon, but is it actually true? Sit back, relax, and let's see as we rank the Generation 4 editions. For this list, I will judge them by their aesthetics, and I will add other comments when necessary. And I will not include Regigigas, as it is its own legendary. They might have been obvious, but I wanted to say it anyway. And I won't include Leafeon or Glaceon, as they are their own EV evolutions, which appear throughout the series anyway. First we have Electivire, and honestly, I don't really know what Electivire even is. I've read that it's based off of a gorilla, or a yeti with wires, and while it is furry, looks appropriately intimidating and does have many intricacies with its admittedly interesting design, I just ask, why? It seems far removed from that which came before it, and it just turns the cool Electabuzz, which was fine as it was, into something else that just seems like change for change's sake. It's completely unnecessary. Next we have a Pokemon that gets a lot of criticism, and that is Rhyperior. While I don't think Rhyperior is all bad, as it does look strong and has a pretty cool name, at the same time it does look really bulky and out of place. The construction looking get-up is quite unique, and the rocket arms as well, even if it doesn't make much sense. But it seems like an unnecessary addition and departs from the sleek, strong, simple but cool design of Rhydon. However, at the same time, at least it does look vastly different and actually looks like an evolution, unlike some of these. Next we have Magmortar that looks appropriately intimidating, but again it just seems unnecessary. It looked like they just added a little bit to Magmar's body, gave it bigger lips and called it a day. Wasn't Magmar cool as it was? The fire cannons are cool and similar to Rhyperior, but Magmortar looks like it would just maybe be in a Mega Evolution in today's game. Magmar and Electabuzz seem to be counterparts given how many similarities they now share. At least it was clearly visible that Electivire was an evolution though. Next we have Tangrowth. While I do think Tangrowth looks unique and a strong defender, I think it takes away from the uniqueness of the singular Tangela. That was pretty unique and mysterious by itself. It just seems like an elongated version. Next we have Probopass. I always wanted one when I first knew about it because of how strange and unique the design was, but it still is pretty weird. It's far removed from its prior evolution that was based on an Easter Island head, and now it's just its own bizarre, albeit unique thing. Before I knew any better, I thought Rhyperior's protector was Probopass's nose at first. I mean, the term protector makes sense now for Rhyperior, but it was big and red like Probopass's nose. Next we have Weevil. I like Weevil, but it looks just like another form of Sneasel as opposed to an evolution. With all its little subtleties, it could be a potential gender variation, which Sneasel already has. And Weevil has these as well. I don't think it has enough changes in it if it would be a Mega Evolution, but I don't know what else they could have done. Make it bigger? Well, they did it for Tangrowth. Now this is the first baby Pokemon making it onto the list, and that is Mime Jr. Mime Jr. is cute and looks happy and playful, but it's not really helped that it's still related to Mr. Mime, a Pokemon that isn't the most popular amongst fans. Sorry, Mr. Mime. Next we have Bonsly. Bonsly is really cute and well designed, but I think that it takes away from some of the uniqueness of the gimmick of Sudowoodo, as that Pokemon was sort of a standalone oddity by itself, and given that both Bonsly and Mime Jr. evolved so quickly, some may question them. Next we have Munchlax, which looks very cute, happy, inviting and is overall a great addition, but I don't feel that Snorlax really needed a prior evolution, as it was so unique and iconic by itself. Next we have Glysaur, which I think looks intimidating, has a very unique design, but also adds to Gligar a bit as well, which I think is an often neglected Pokemon. Now, you might have expected this earlier on the list, but contrary to popular opinion, I don't totally despise Licky Licky at all. When the original Lickitung looks as different as it does, where could you possibly put the limit to an evolution to it? Do I think it needs an evolution? Not at all. I think it joins the plethora of Pokemon in Generation 4 that had needless evolutions, especially Pokemon that originally stand alone. But for what it is, it had a playful design and looks nice. I wanted to get one when I knew I could find one in the wild in White 2. It gets criticism that its tongue is actually shorter, but it has a Wi-Fi and a bib looking thing to make up for it. And its body actually makes sense with what move it needs to learn to evolve. Rollout. I mean, it could be argued that it should be a lick based move that it needs to evolve, but you know. Next we have Ambipom. Ambipom just looks like a bigger version of Apom, keeping its mischievous looking features, and shows how its tail has evolved to fit its nature. Its design is creative in general. Next we have Dusknoir. I think Dusknoir is a fitting evolution to Dusclops and keeps with the theme of the Pokemon very well. It has a unique and intimidating look. Next we have Chingling. Chingling is a cute, smartly and interestingly designed prior evolution, resulting in a unique pair of Pokemon that really go well together. Next we have Budew. Budew is a cute addition, and it's interesting to see the start of a now 3-stage evolution, as we can see its growth starting here and how it blossoms with colour later on. Next we have Mismagius, which has a great wizard type design that is very fitting, unique and even right down to its name. It has a great colour and adds to the mystery of Misdreavus. It looks like it traps its foes with powerful magic after lulling them into a false sense of security. Next we have a pretty unique Pokemon, and that is Frostlass. Snorunt turning into Glalie is already pretty bizarre, so having another evolution to add to this line is very interesting. Frostlass looks great, excellently fits with the others with its mysterious and unique design, but looking into its typing and how you evolve it, there may be a more darker reason for this Pokemon's existence. Next we have Yanmega, who looks sleek, intimidating and makes a bug Pokemon look really powerful, and it even has Mega in its name. It looks like an armoured plated version of Yanma, which really adds a lot to Yanma, who I'd feel had been overlooked quite a lot. Next we have Gallade. Now while I think Gallade was just created in direct response to the controversy surrounding a male Gardevoir, on its own merits, it is a very nice, knightly looking Pokemon that is visually pleasing to look at, with its interesting design features that look both elegant and clean, but still strong and fierce. This design may have something to do with how it's evolved. Next we have Mantike, which is perfect right from its name that features Tyke implying its age, which leads right into its evolution, where it literally just looks like a bigger version of itself. It's great, simple but effective, and very cute. It even has a smiley face on its back. Next we have Happiny, which is an absolutely perfect addition to the series and would have been right at home with the type of Pokemon that got babies in Generation 2. It's as simple as that. Next we have Porygon Z, that continues to show the development of the man-made Pokemon and the strange new, possibly unstable looking direction it has taken. It looks like an old piece of tech being pushed to its absolute limit. I like Porygon a lot, and I find anything to do with it rather interesting. Next we have Togekiss, which looks elegant, beautiful, graceful and is an excellent fit as an evolution for Togetic, that look like a middle evolution anyway. It's an excellent evolution where all three connect in a very visual, classic 3-stage way. Next we have Roserade. I really love the look and the sound of Roserade. It looks like a superhero. I just really love its look and design, and I love it whenever I see it in battle, and just think to myself that it's really well designed. Next we have Magnezone. My opinion on this Pokemon has changed quite a lot since I first saw it. I used to think it wasn't needed, but now I like it a lot, and even when I didn't think it was needed, I still wanted one, as it just seems so different. It looks really cool, fits well, and has a great design, unlike anything else in the series. It looks like a load of Magnemites and Magnetons just fused together, which keeps in line with the middle evolution, which, looking back on it, really did seem like it needed something else to finalise it. Trying to choose which of these I liked more was difficult, because I like them both for different reasons, but the penultimate Pokemon is Honchkrow. Simply put, I love the design of this Pokemon. It thematically fits, has a cool scarf looking chest hair, and even has a hat, and it's just a great fit. It's even called the Big Boss Pokemon, so you know he's cool and you can't go wrong. Keeping in line of the rules I'd set up from the start, this had to be first. Can you guess who? It's Mamoswine. Mamoswine works on its own as a great, strong looking, classically inspired, perfectly coloured Pokemon with its own twist. But it also fits perfectly into the Swinub line that if I hadn't known any different, I would have always assumed that it was there. It's just that good. This Pokemon is always the first thing that comes to mind when I think of great evolutions from this generation, and great evolutions in general. So overall, after analysing all these Pokemon individually, my opinion on these Gen 4 additional evolutions has changed. Now, I do not dislike any of these Pokemon, as I have one of each of them, and I've used them at one point. I just wanted to question an old thought I had, as when I saw them for the first time years ago, I thought they were pointless, and judging them on their own merits, they're all nice additions, and the whole series is about catching and evolving them all, so why not? It's a topic I've thought a lot about in the past, and I just thought making a video ranking them all like this would be fun, so let's talk about it in the comments below. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up, share the video with your friends and hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to stay up to date on all of our content. Also, click the annotation at the end to watch our last video. Until next video guys.